And it's that point in the show now where Sian joins us to have a look around the news. Have you heard for a story or two that might take your fancy? So Sian, let's start with you this morning. What have you got for us?
Well, I've got a story relating to the Rugby World Cup this morning. It is, of course, the final this weekend, England against South Africa. And a couple of weeks ago, they had the big typhoon over there and a few games got called off. And one of those games was Namibia-Canada, where a 7-year-old boy, Ita Amino, was due to be the mascot, and he didn't get to. And he cried, very upset by that. Yesterday, Johnny Wilkinson and Brian Habana, who's South African joint highest scorer, try scorer in Rugby World Cup history, I think, they go to see him and tell him that he's going to be England's mascot in the final.
Oh, now that's brilliant.
That is so lovely.
It's a complete surprise for him. He thought he'd missed his chance. Gosh. It was his birthday and he thought he'd missed out, and then gets to meet two absolute legends and finds out he's going to be there in the big game.
That's a nice heartwarming one, isn't it?
And it completely knocks out of the park, what would have been his appearance to be there in the final. So you can imagine his devastation as a youngster. I would have loved to have been a football team mascot. That was my thing. So if I'd have sort of been there, maybe at Old Trafford or somewhere like that, about to kind of do my thing, and then the weather made the game not happen, I'd have cried as well, I think.
Absolute heartbreak.
Worth the wait, though, hopefully, for him, I think.
So, look out for him on Saturday.
Saturday morning, 9 o'clock kick-off, I think.
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? So, looking forward to that. So, keep your eyes peeled for, what was the lad's name again?
Ita Amino.
Ita will be there. I'm sure he's very much looking
forward
to it.
We'll all be looking very closely at him.
Definitely. What have you got for us this morning, Alex?
Oh, this morning going to me. Sorry, I thought you were next. I wasn't ready for this. Okay, so how a wobble in the Earth's axis 130,000 years ago allowed early humans to leave the Garden of Eden in Botswana, where all our ancestors could have originated.
Right.
Wow.
So all modern humans may have descended from people in what is now Botswana, we're being told by scientists. Researchers think they have, for the first time, discovered the cradle of humanity, where the first modern humans evolved before spreading across the globe. They're believed to have flourished in the prehistoric, Makgadikgadi Akavango wetland.
I'll take your word for it then.
Just south of the Zambezi River.
Crikey.
I should have just said that in the first place. But the study of DNA records and migration patterns has proven, scientists say, that the genetic root of all modern humans comes from that region 200,000 years ago.
Right, so we all go back to, can you say that name again?
No. Botswana.
There we go, keep it nice and...
Stick to Botswana. What's now Botswana?
So going back, that's where we all come from.
Apparently so, yeah.
There we go.
And it does seem like it would be quite a lush Garden of Eden-esque place. I mean, I'm not sure this is the scientists are going back to the religion side of things, but it's an interesting one. So there you go.
An ongoing debate, science and religion and all of that.
Let's not go there.
We won't get into that one this morning. Let's talk about something much more highbrow, pigs in blankets.
Brilliant. Do you mean the animals and little blankets, or do you mean the food?
We mean the food, which is very popular around Christmas time. I know not necessarily on your Christmas dinner plate.
Not my interest.
But have you heard this? It was in the news yesterday. Pigs in blankets and other festive meal treats might be in short supply this Christmas. This is a warning from the British Meat Processors Association. They say 60% of the labour force in UK meat plants comes from other countries, and the industry is not attracting enough seasonal EU workers. The chief executive of the organisation told the BBC that wrapping cocktail sausages in bacon was done by hand. It's such a tricky thing to do. They can't mechanise it.
I hate to be sort of, stating the bleeding obvious, but why don't you just wrap your own bacon around a sausage?
I remember doing this as a kid, and it was part of the fun. You get hands on.
Firstly, good. I'm glad there's a shortage. I don't want people to be eating meat anyway, because I'm a vegetarian, as most people know. But just the pre-made ones. But surely you can still buy a packet of bacon and a packet of sausages if you wish to partake in eating pig.
Do you have these on Christmas Day, Sian?
I do. I'm very partial to a pig in blanket. I'm sure you can get a vegetarian option. I'm sure there'd be...
There's plenty. I'm not worried.
No.
I'm fine. I'm good over here.
I've got to say, it's one of my favourite parts of the Christmas dinner. And you're right, I do love it when they're sort of, sort of homemade, as it were, like it's actually done by our good selves. But, Christmas dinner, there's an awful lot to think about. And
there's plenty more on your plate. I'm sure people will survive.
I think you can wrap them in advance as well. You don't need to wrap them right before they go in the oven.
Convenience, though, isn't it, of having them redone.
But you
in
can
a nice-
pre-do them, I think is what Charles
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that's it. But if
Get
you,
it out the
there's-
way
there's
early.
so much else going on at Christmas. It's just one other
Yeah,
thing
but you
to
can
think
do it
about. isn't
days. It could do it a week before, stick it in the freezer. It's fine then.
You could have a point. You could have a point there. But I have to say, I'd be devastated if I didn't have pigs in blankets on my Christmas dinner. I would, because
That's
it's
not an overreaction.
It's
I
a-
like
oh.
them. I don't know that I'd go that
Oh,
far.
I would be. I have to.
Really?
I love
Ruined
them.
Christmas.
No, cauliflower cheese,
absolutely
that's
love
what I
them.
would miss.
So, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Let's agree on that one.
Okay.
Definitely.